I was working with my uncle, and so my uncle did not want me to work there. And so they called the police.
Oh,
Yes.
tell me this. In 2021, you also had to deal with another couple.
And so I have to learn the game again. The game of cooking for my children. Like before I come, even this morning, I have to know that they have lunch. And what will they eat for dinner? And of course, the small boy, I'm like his mother and father. Actually, I realized if you have many friends in this world, they're not more than 5.
True.
I look at my phone book, I have 1,500 contacts, but there's no one to call. One thing that makes me wake up in the morning is I just know that I'm not done yet. Because if I woke up in the morning today, I still know that I'm not done. If I speak about my scar, maybe someone will find hope. If I tell someone that I failed in life, someone maybe will not fail.
Hello there, welcome to Curveballs by Gigi. Great to see you. Thank you for all the support we're seeing on the socials. Keep writing to us, curveballs@gmail.com. And I'm so impressed by how many people who've come on the DM and said, I want to tell my story. Lakini, how do I go about it? Or is my story worth being here? Let me remind you that each and every one of us is here for a purpose. And whatever that is worth being heard. So share, let's work from there. Don't cut yourself off just thinking that there's a certain category of people that we want on here. No, we're here to hear from all and sundry. And speaking of which, today's guest describes himself as a visionary leader. He is a project and operations strategist and a nonprofit executive, and is very passionate about community development. He actually calls himself an advocate of the same, and he's also an entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Managing Director of Springboard Investment Limited, Michael Wafula. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Gladys.
And it's good to meet you outside of LinkedIn.
Wow, good to see you.
All right.
And I've been looking forward to this day.
Fantastic.
So it's awesome to see you.
Okay,
Yes.
So just looking through your footprint in terms of what you've been able to achieve over the years, social impact seems to have a root in your career. You refer to yourself, as I said earlier, community development advocate. How did you end up in this space?
You know, those detours that God brings your way, things that just come to you. I didn't plan for this, but it just happened, you know, like from my time when I was young, working with the community in Kitale, where I grew up. Then I came and worked at the church, at the Africa Gospel Church. Then working for Childcare Worldwide. Then working for Maisha Mapya organization. So all that have just been like leading me to the people. And I've also like done advocacy for Christian advocacy. I've done like civic education, again, just teaching the people after the post-election violence. And so it's like everything has just been leading to me to the community. I've tried so much of doing business and making money. That one doesn't work for me. Yeah, so,
all right.
But basically reaching out to the people, that's my thing.
So you said you grew up in Kitale.
Yes, I
So
did.
what is this that you so perhaps even experienced growing up that made you have the heart for people?
Born in a very, very poor family. My mother was really earning like 200 shillings. I don't know how much the 200 shillings can do for you today.
Nothing,
But
very little, yeah.
Very little. So I grew up in poverty. And my father was also like from Uganda, then moved to Kitale. So we were living almost like squatters, right? And so through that, you know, and through struggling, going to live with my uncle just to survive, asking the church to pay my school fees, you know, enough struggles, you know, sometimes going without a meal, going to school without shoes, you know, those struggles. And those are the things that make me to be what I am today. They may be hard to speak about, but that is Michael Wafula.
Okay, and speaking about hard things, what is the hardest part of growing up?
Hi, many.
One that stands out for you?
One that stands out for me is one time I was working somewhere. I was working with Heli Mission, and they used to like have, okay, it was a helicopter company, so we used to have like helicopters for chartering and all that. And so I was working with my uncle, and so my uncle did not want me to work there.
So this is when you were younger?
When I was like, after just finishing school, maybe I was about 19.
High school, okay.
Yes, exactly. So I was working there, so my uncle did not want me to work with him. So what did he do? He took something from the helicopter and hid it. And so they called the police.
Oh.
Yes. They called the police. They put me in. They tortured me to produce the thing. I was not able to produce it. I didn't know where it was. Tortured me at the cells for 9 days. I was not able to. They took me to court. I denied. You know, as in, there was no way I could get that thing because I didn't even have an idea. But later I was told that actually the guy had that thing. But he just didn't want me to work with him.
And
So,
this is a blood uncle?
the brother to my mother.
Oh, wow.
My mother is the third born in the family, and him is the 10th born.
That's straight up betrayal.
Yeah. So I had to be remanded. I was remanded
For how long?
28 days when I was only 18 years old.
Oh, okay. That's tough. And when you came out, how was that relationship with him?
Good enough, actually. I forgave him.
Hey.
When I was at the AGC church, I took him back. I told him, I want to have you and I want to make you get a job. So I took him to a driving school and I lived with him for about 3 years. I just wanted to show him that I love you and I forgave you. But
And
it was a very hard thing for me to do.
I can
My mother did not believe, did not even want me to do it, but I did.
And this is many years, but you chose to forgive him and let go.
Yeah. So, but through that, he actually has really grown in his life, grown in his, financial, stuff. He's now good.
Hey, we've started off with Curveballs right from the go. So
Really?
Let me bring you back to you grew up, saw the need, worked towards solving the needs in communities.
Yeah.
What have you seen is the most important thing when it comes to community work in changing the narratives within societies?
I've been actually realizing that one of the things the community needs is education. Mostly is education. The children need to be empowered. The mothers need to be empowered. The fathers need to be empowered. So just to empower them to do something, and that is what I've been doing. Like you see, even the post-election of 2008-7, that one wouldn't have been there if people were empowered, people knew their rights, people did the right thing. And so unfortunately, when people are not empowered, when people don't know what they really are up to, so you find like they live in poverty, they live in lack, they fight, and just because they are not empowered. Yeah.
Okay.
And there is also empowerment in terms of financial empowerment, but mostly it's knowledge-based.
Okay.
Yes.
I saw somewhere where you said people need to understand when you're working with communities, you need to work with the communities, not telling them what to do.
Yes. Most of these organizations that come, they just come, hit and run and go. But when you are to empower the community, you're supposed to be with them. In fact, even the initiatives of the community development now are flopping simply because people come, they bring stuff there, they think they have done it, they hit, run and go, which shouldn't be. So I think one of the things that I've loved is to live with the people. Let the people know that I'm a human being. Let the people know that I cry, as much as men don't cry, but I cry, that I struggle, that sometimes I go without food, that sometimes I feel I'm stupid, sometimes I just feel like I wouldn't have done that mistake, but I did it anyway. Yes, so, and some silly stuff that I do as a human being. Yeah.
Okay. So just humanizing the work, which now makes you connect more with the communities you're serving.
Exactly.
Okay. And speaking of growing up, you mentioned to me about this stammering boy that found his voice. And that really caught my eye because I can only imagine the impact of the same growing up.
I hated school because of that. Unfortunately, my younger brother was not stammering, but I was stammering. So that one was a tough thing, you know. Like people would listen to my younger brother than me, you know, because they wouldn't hear anything from me. My teacher really humiliated me when I was in class 3.
And you're very specific, class 3.
Yes, because she was the class teacher. You know, that time we used to have only one teacher from class 1 to class 3.
Yes.
And so this teacher tells me I have to talk well, that I'm pretending. So I go and tell this teacher, "Teacher, can I go to the toilet?" And I cannot even say it. So the teacher slaps me. She tells me, "Go and sit down until you know that you are ready to speak well."
Yeah.
So she beat me and she told me to go sit down. So I sat down. I struggled. So the second time I went there, I went to tell her, "Teacher," even before I said the word teacher, she told me, "Go back and sit down." Do you know what happened?
You urinated yourself.
Exactly.
Oh.
And you know who was my next person seated here? A girl.
Oh.
You know, like you were seated, boy, girl,
Yes,
boy, girl.
yes.
But she was gracious. She ran to the teacher and she said, "Oh, Michael has peed." And so the teacher told me, "Can you run to the toilet?" So I went, even going to do what anyway in the toilet.
It's already done.
So, but being the young me, I wanted to go there and wait until it dries. I sat in the toilet. It never did. But later, I think, after some few days now, it just became a trend, you know. I wouldn't even go tell my teacher. I would just sit and struggle. So I think I struggled with that for about 3 months.
How did you get over it? Or overcome it?
I think my teacher one day, she just went and told my younger brother, "Go and tell your mother that your brother does this in class." So my brother, you know, he was that stubborn guy. He goes home and he tells my mother, "Michael anajikojolea kwa darasa." So, and because of that, I think maybe the teacher was told something or my mother went there, I don't know. But the attitude of the teacher just changed all of a sudden. And so the teacher called me one day and she told me, "You know, if you feel like going to the toilet, don't even come to tell me, just walk out. You alone can only walk out, but others, please, you have to ask for permission." And that's how my life changed.
Okay. And the stammering?
I
Because
don't know.
you don't have it at all.
I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the way,
Yes.
I don't know, but it was just so bad when I was young. So bad.
Oh, wow.
So bad, yes.
That was quite a rough
But
way to
I used
start
to be
out.
number 1, like this.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, I used to be number 1.
Yeah.
But other things, social life was a bit of a tough thing for me.
Even in
I
your
was
adulthood?
also introverted. No, I went and actually became better and better. And I became more outgoing.
Yes.
And that is what I am, maybe today.
here
But
you
sometimes
are.
I'm introverted, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say this, I mean, over the years, you have risen through the ranks, you have been in leadership positions. What would you tell that boy today?
You know, if you were to ask me, that boy was living in Shemolatewa, in Kitale, where they brew alcohol, changa and busa. I knew that my destination was to be a Shamba boy somewhere. Yeah, that was the thing. And so I would tell that young boy, the sky is not the limit. You can even go beyond the sky. Because I have lived this life and I've seen good things of life. I've seen the ugly things of life. I've traveled. I have lived a good life. And so I would say that, you know, the thing is that you just have to dream and keep your dreams valid no matter what. No matter what, just know that someday you can get out of that situation.
Yeah.
And which is very possible.
It's not how you start, it's how
It's
you
not
finish.
how you start, exactly. And actually, not to give up on yourself.
Yeah.
You'd rather people give up on you, but don't give up on yourself.
Speaking of which, today Michael is the MD Springboard Investment Limited. What services do you offer?
Mostly supplies, furniture supplies to universities, to companies, institutions, government institutions also. up to end of, actually like February this year, that's now when I slowed down on everything. I wanted now to move out of the country. I told my children we have to come and live in Nairobi, so we moved with our children in Nairobi, with my children in Nairobi, so ready to travel out of the country. But as God would have it, I'm still here. I was to go out in March, but I'm still here in Kenya.
We needed to have this conversation.
I think so. I think so. And also to meet you, yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Now, you've talked a lot about being in corporate, community development, and now into business. When did you decide to do the shift, or what happened for you to shift from corporate to business?
Situations.
What happened?
I was laid off from work.
When?
So the 2020 thing was a bit ugly for me.
COVID,
yes.
Yeah.
COVID did it. And a bit of my predecessor. That's the story I wouldn't want to share here, but it was a bit tough for me. And so I had to step aside from my work. And my children had to go to school. I had to supply. I had loans that I needed to pay. I didn't know what to do. So I somehow had to survive. So I tried several things. I tried to sell cars, tried to do partnerships in business. They didn't work for me. And so that's how I just got myself into business. But basically speaking, I didn't plan to do business. But that is for my survival anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've mentioned and said you wouldn't want to get into the details of it, but I know there is a lace of betrayal even in how you ended up having to leave your corporate job.
Yes.
How did you deal with that?
Unfortunately, there are things that are very hard to erase. Yeah, because it was very painful. Very painful. You have just, you have helped this person, promoted his son. I was working with his son until the level that he was the assistant director to me. And I didn't know that under the currents, something was cooking. They were planning my exit. So the previous president really loved me for the organization. He really loved me. So they couldn't do anything. But now this new one, when he came in, he somehow never liked me. We never liked each other. So it was very easy for them to get to him and tell him a lot of stuff about me. Not so good stuff. And so I found some funny stuff. So when I questioned even the president, then I asked him, can you tell me, give me the facts about them? He couldn't. He just told me that you've laid you off, because he realized he did not have the basis of the fact that he was bringing. And so it went and it became a bit ugly because they refused to pay me. So we went to court. It stretched for about 3 years, a court case and all that, but I won the case. Basically it's not about winning. It's not about proving the point, but I just felt like I needed to speak out my voice. They never allowed me to speak out. They never even called for a meeting to ask whatever happened. The only thing that I got was an email, you are terminated.
Oh.
Yeah, so, I've gone home and I realized tomorrow I'm not going to work. And up to today, I've never gone there. So, and so I wondered, why didn't they even ask for an opinion from me? They just asked through one email when I responded, and then I asked them questions. They were not able to answer. So the next email was, you're terminated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so wrongful termination, at least you were able to win the same in court.
Yeah.
And that was the end of your corporate experience. After how long? After how many years?
Not the end. I actually, after that, I stayed from 2020. I got another job in 2021, July.
Okay.
It was a smaller NGO, small organization. We were also doing education and child sponsorship. But there I was there for about 1 year and some few months. Unfortunately, again, the same two guys come and meet with this new boss of mine, the president in the US, and this guy in Kenya. Again, they meet with him and then they tell him the stories. They start poisoning. So I realized I cannot stay in this corporate world anymore. So I wrote a resignation letter. I said, I'm gone. And that's why I'm here today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, I remember you saying in 2020, when everyone was dealing or grappling with different things, for you, the job loss was a blow to your identity and stability.
Yeah.
The experience was so ugly, filled with uncertainty, fear, and emotional strain. Tell me how Wafula was able to keep his head above water in all those chaos. He has a family to fend for, and he's still trying to figure it all out, as the rest of the world was trying to.
I really cannot tell you how, but I would only sleep for like 30 minutes in a night. That's the first time I would maybe like stay for 20 hours plus a day without sleeping.
Insomnia.
Yes, exactly. I wouldn't even eat. I started dyeing my hair. I wish you saw me. You know, this guy who doesn't understand himself. I would actually drive my car, just go to the showground park.
And this is ASK in Nakuru?
ASK show, yes.
Yes.
I go park there, stay in my car, actually drop my kids to school, then go park my car. Stay in the car up to 4 p.m. I go pick them, I go home. I did that life for some few months. I realized, no, I'm not doing the right thing. I really mourned for long. A friend of mine told me, no, you have to move on. But I asked myself, I have a loan that I have to pay, 5 million shillings. Where do I get this money? I don't have a job. I have a house that is on mortgage. I have 3 cars that I'm paying. You know, I have school fees that I need to pay. I have a family to keep. So what do I do with all this? And with that, actually, I lost a lot of things. I had to like sell one thing to do this, sell this to do that. I picked up very slowly for sure. It was not as I would have wanted to.
Yeah.
And even see someone go through the same. And I also did not find enough support from the community. Yes, so it's
Friends,
like
family.
a phone book would just, I look at my phone book, I have 1,500 contacts, but there's no one to call.
No one to pick your call.
Actually, very few would pick my call, and they would actually just know why I'm calling them. So I would have needs, I don't know what to do. You know, when I was working, I used to fly out of the country every month, like 10 days, I'm out of the country. You know, being chauffeured, you're brought, you know, so that life stopped. Pop.
Abruptly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Quite humbling, and it also reminds you of who your friends are, huh?
Actually, I realized if you have many friends in this world, they're not more than 5.
True.
It doesn't matter how popular you are. Even the president doesn't have so many friends. Maybe just 5. It doesn't matter who you are.
Tell me this. In 2021, you also had to deal with another curveball. Separation from your spouse. Michael, there's already a lot going on. How now do you handle this part?
It's been a tough journey.
Yeah.
It's been tough. But here we are. I've never spoken about it so much, but it happened. We had to separate. It's not been very legal, you know. It's just walk out, and I'm left with my children.
3 boys.
3 boys. And so I have to learn the game again. The game of cooking for my children. Like before I come, even this morning, I have to know that they have lunch. And what will they eat for dinner? And of course, the small boy, I'm like his mother and father. Have to wash him, take care of him. And so it's not been an easy journey for me. You know, like I would love to do businesses even up to 7 p.m. in the evening, 9, but I can't. I have to like cut off everything by 5 p.m. I have to run home, also take care of responsibilities at home. And you know, when you talk about separation, people look at me as a failure. People feel like you're a bad man, you know. So, and also sometimes I feel like maybe I'm not that good man, you know. But I know that at the moment I'm taking care of my children, and they're excelling in life. They are finishing high school.
Right.
2 are, actually they're in year 13, year 13, 12, and the baby is in year 1.
Okay.
Yes, so, and I'm happy about that.
Excellent. Well
Yeah.
done. You've been able to achieve what a lot of men would not be able to hack. So
Wow.
kudos to you. Kudos to you.
The
What-
cooking part is the hardest,
Ah.
but now I cook.
Okay.
I cook, I bake for them.
Look at you.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
And nowadays we try to even do some, read. We just don't cook ugali. We read and make sure we are cooking something from the book.
Okay.
Yes.
So that you're cooking something that is beneficial.
Exactly,
To
exactly,
the children.
exactly, yeah.
Tell me this. In a patriarchal society where they always say, "Mwanaume hawezi kaa peke yake," why didn't you think of remarrying?
I would love to, by the way, but how do I walk with someone into my house? And how do I introduce them to my children at this point? I don't know. I don't know. I would rather take care of my children now, and as I think through about it all. So, but I also think that is not a very big priority for me right now. My big priority is just to see that I'm excelling in my life, seeing my business excel, seeing my children excel, and also me finding my purpose, even in the situation that I'm in right now. That's the most important thing for me at the moment.
Excellent.
But, we cannot tell God, don't do this.
Yeah.
If he does it, well and good, but yeah.
That's where you are right now.
Yes.
All right. Now, let me read back to you something you shared with me. I began to build businesses not just for profit, but for purpose. That is why today I don't chase money anymore. I do what I feel called to, and I trust God to provide. And this was in reference to an experience that you had with a business partner who actually also betrayed you, and at this point is where you birthed purpose-driven leadership. Perhaps you can paint a picture of how it came to be.
Yes, so I've actually had almost like 4 betrayals in business, and all of them have been landing some monies, just eating my money. Even we did with family. Again, another thing that just dumped my money. So, but, here is one that he's the one who taught me how to do supplies.
Okay.
And so I was really confident, and we started doing supplies, but he said, now we've gotten a business here. He got some good business and he needed money. And so he said, let's do this business, you pump in money, and then when I'm paid, I'll give you back your money in 6 weeks. We are still waiting for the 6 weeks.
Allah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the end of that.
Yeah, that was last year up to now. So I came to realize that let me now focus on purpose. Let me not chase money anymore, because I've been chasing money, and money is just elusive. So I'm chasing purpose, and one of the things that I found out is there are many things that I can do. I just shared with you this morning about Shuela. And so Shuela was born from, I spoke to, I was looking for co-founders to do some business with. And so I find these engineers who have a very good product, they've worked on the product, and they don't know how to use it. And so I'm good with operations, with the marketing and sales. They are good with the product, and so we merge. So one is from Iran. I didn't even ever know that I'll ever connect with someone from Iran. Another one from Australia, and another one from Canada, and here I am from Kenya. And so we are launching a product on Monday, And this is basically on purpose, on education, just helping our children to learn better, Seeing the future of education in future, it may not be what it has been. Things are going to change. Kids now don't want to be taught the way we were being taught, being hammered with points, a chalk and a blackboard. I don't think if they want that anymore. Yeah, so kids have their favorites. They want to learn from ninja. So we want to give them the ninja to teach them what they want to know,
So this is a tech ed space.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is what we are doing.
I see.
Yeah, that's what we are doing. And so at the end of the day, we are solving a problem. And this problem is going to pay us. So that is our focus.
Purpose-driven leadership.
Exactly.
I love that. I love how you've made use of the lemons to make lemonade for yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know, is this connected, or this opportunity connected by any chance to your new weekly series, the Bridge? Is it the Bridge Builder Weekly?
Oh, you followed that? Eh?
Yes, I came across it, and you just launched it in May, right?
Yeah, I did. I just thought, again, I thought like, what do I say? What do I do on LinkedIn? I just want to help people. And so let me start communicating. Let me just start helping startups, speaking to them, speaking to their businesses, and that's how it came up. So it's not really connected.
All right.
It's really not connected yet.
But what is your objective with this weekly?
I just want to encourage people to follow their course, to do, if they feel led to do business, it doesn't matter you are a journalist, a lawyer, a doctor. If you feel led to go and sell mutumba, it's not an ugly thing. Just follow your purpose. Just follow your purpose. We have these stereotypes that some people cannot do some things. And that is what I don't want to hear from the people.
Okay.
I used to be an East African director. But I wouldn't mind even selling mutumba myself, if that is my purpose. So that is what I want to teach the people. And also trying to connect people to opportunities.
Okay.
One of the challenges I got was partnering with some few friends that I thought were friends. And yet the world is a global village. People can connect to someone else. So even in the US, connect people to other people. Yeah, that is what I want to do.
Okay.
Connections.
All right. And now with the SME advice or just business advice, what's the one that you would repeat over and over again for anyone who wants to start anything?
Don't chase money. Chase purpose.
Okay.
Chase purpose, solve a problem. When you chase money, you'll never ever get any money. You'll never actually. In the long run, you're going to be very desperate. But if you do what you like, if you do what you feel called to do, then when you do that, you're going to really excel in life. And that's what I would tell someone.
All right.
Yes.
Now, before we bring this conversation to a close, there's another side of you perhaps you haven't spoken much about, that you have lived with a health challenge for many years, since 2002. They say God gives us all experiences we can handle. I think He trusts you a lot, because as it is right now, we've spoken about so many curveballs that you've been, you've experienced and still found your footing to keep going. A health challenge that is a reality to date. How do you handle that? How do you reconcile the man of faith who keeps putting one foot in front of another, but things just keep hitting him?
In 2002, that's when I realized I'm not so good. And I found that I have an issue with my body. And so I would pass blood,
In your urine? Okay.
In my stool.
In your stool.
So we try to manage. The African way. You don't go to the hospital until I know I felt no. Let me try to go to the hospital and then see what they're gonna tell me.
Yeah.
So I started being treated, and so I was booked in for a surgery in 2012. I feared. I didn't go. I played safe as an African, and good enough. I was able to survive for 5 more years. But 2017, I couldn't survive anymore. I had to be admitted here in Nairobi and had to go through surgery. Okay. And still, I'm not so good. So I still have to go through another surgery. Oh. And that's one thing that I was planning, that when I go maybe to the US or Canada, I'll be able to go through that. And yeah.
Michael.
I don't know, but there are things that are easy for life, but yeah. I don't know what to say about it, but I'm here.
You are. And
I don't know what God has for me. I don't know how many years God wants me to live. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 20, maybe it's 50. I don't know, but
you keep showing up.
Yeah, I'll show up until my last day. I'll show up until my last day, because sometimes I sleep. I don't even know how to wake up, what to think. Yeah, the pain sometimes that I have to go through, but
because of this reality. Michael, What's your why? What makes you wake up in the morning? Because there are so many reasons why you shouldn't.
You know, I've always known that I would rather the world says that that guy is done, but I can't say that I'm done until I'm done. And one thing that makes me wake up in the morning is I just know that I'm not done yet. Because if I woke up in the morning today, I still know that I'm not done. Like today, I wanted to come in a jeans, go do some work. That's why I was asking you.
If there's a changing room.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because I just needed to do some few things before I came here. And so I realized that anytime you wake up in the morning, there's a reason why. And so I may not be able to define my why at this point, but I just know that I'm there to transform lives. I'm there to speak to somebody's life. I'm there, you know, there are children looking at me. There's a huge community looking up to me. There's my family, even my extended family. I was just here and my mother called me when I was right here. She wanted to hear something from me. And so everyone looks at me. Okay, many people look at me, up to me, so I cannot give up. I cannot.
To that.
And I cannot give up to myself. I have to live. I have to survive until God says done.
Otherwise, yeah.
And when He says done, I'm ready to go. And I'm ready to tell you, come and tell me bye. But for now, let me survive a bit more.
We're still here.
Yeah,
We're
sure.
still here. I came across you on LinkedIn, and that's how we got to meet.
Yes.
And it was through the many stories you've been telling of your real and raw experiences through life.
Yeah.
Somebody looking like at you, you clearly do not look like what you just shared with us today.
Really?
And there's a lot of people who walk these streets that don't look like what they're going through.
Yeah.
As we close, tell me, why do you prefer to speak about it other than keeping quiet?
I've realized that many people, maybe, let me say almost everyone, has a scar. My scar could be right here, you can see it. But there are many people with scars maybe on their back you can't see. But everyone has a scar somewhere. And very few people speak about their scars. And I know that my scar is a sign of hope to someone. If I speak about my scar, maybe someone will find hope. If I tell someone that I failed in life, someone maybe will not fail. That is my scar. But you don't have to get the same scar that I got. I can help you, protect you from that scar.
Yeah. Or even encourage you as you're going through something similar.
Exactly, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we met. I'm glad we met.
I'm glad too that we met today. And yeah.
Okay, and before I let you go, let me just ask you this question, because I purpose to be asking every guest that sits across me.
Yes.
If you were to whisper to your younger self, what would you ask him to seek, to hold on to, and to be wary of?
I would actually tell my younger self, first of all, to be very wise in what they do, to be very careful with the friends that they think are their friends, to be very diligent in their service, to be very careful in some few things. You just don't fall into things. Be very careful in what you do. And don't give up. Don't give up no matter what. Don't give up. So my younger self, please don't give up. There's a brighter future for you.
Amen to that. Michael Wafula, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Gladys.
And I mean, I cannot even overemphasize what has been said today. This is exactly why Curveballs is here, to hear these stories, for you to see beyond the suit and tie or the person put together walking the streets and thinking you're the only one going through issues. People have different crosses to carry. Others have more crosses to carry than others, but somehow they still show up. So it's in the why that we get to encourage each other, we get to learn, and we get to know there's a bigger community than us. So when we are in the thick of things, we hang on to hope. Until next time, see you.